Have you ever felt like your mind is hosting a stampede of wild elephants? Thoughts that aren't just wandering around quietly, but charging, crashing, and creating chaos within. They come from two directions. From the past, they arrive dressed as regret, guilt, nostalgia, and unresolved anger. From the future, they roar in as anxiety, pressure, expectations, and fear. And these thoughts don't just pass through. They sink in like hooks in your neural tissue, clinging, tearing, exhausting. You think about the rent, you think about the credit card, you think about work. Will you meet the deadlines, impress your manager, make it through another week, and then your mind swings back to yesterday. You replay that conversation. You wish you hadn't said what you said. You imagine how it would feel if you had stood up for yourself just a little more. You miss the way things used to be. You long for a version of your life that no longer exists. And all of this endless internal monologue keeps running beneath the surface while you're trying to live your life. You're answering emails, cooking dinner, folding laundry, checking your phone, talking to your kids. But inside, there's a storm, a mental whirlwind that doesn't stop just because you're busy. This is the weight of modern life, especially for those living in overstimulated cities, working, demanding jobs, juggling responsibilities while pretending everything's under control. We are more connected than ever, but less present, more informed, but more anxious, and most of all, more exhausted. Because let's be honest, when your brain is constantly pulled into the past or the future, there's no room left for the present. Your mind can't focus. Your memory gets foggy. You start forgetting where you put your keys, losing track of sentences mid-conversation. Small mistakes pile up. You become irritable. You stop enjoying things you used to love. Eventually, your nervous system shifts into chronic stress mode. And the result, anxiety, burnout, even depression. But here's the paradox. This fast-paced life we're living, the pressure to do more, achieve more, be more, it rarely delivers the reward it promises. We're chasing something, but most of us don't even know what that something is anymore. So is there a solution, something grounded in science but accessible enough to apply in real life? A technique that doesn't require hours of silence or a retreat in the mountains. And in this video, I'll show you one of them. Simple, evidence-based, practical, a tool you can use tonight to calm the noise, center your focus, and reclaim a moment of peace in the chaos. If you pay close attention, you'll notice something curious about your thoughts. They almost always fall into two categories. They're either tied to the past, regrets, anger, longing, or they're tied to the future, worry, pressure, what ifs, and to-do lists. And because of that constant back and forth, we rarely experience the moment we are actually in. We're physically present, but mentally absent, stuck in timelines that don't exist anymore or haven't happened yet, okay? You've probably heard this phrase 100 times. Be present, or its more spiritual cousin. Stay in the now. It sounds simple. It sounds wise. But what does it actually mean? To be present means this: to fully experience what's happening right now with your senses, your emotions, your body, and your awareness. To feel the chair beneath you. To hear the sound of your breath. To notice the sunlight touching your skin or the subtle tension in your shoulders. To be in this moment without dragging the past into it or projecting the future onto it. That's the real meaning of presence. And no, it's not easy, because our brain isn't designed for presence. It's designed for survival. And here's the truth most people don't realize. Your brain doesn't care if you're happy. Its primary function isn't joy. It's safety. Your brain's job is to scan for threats, calculate risks, anticipate dangers, and keep you alive. So when your mind wanders to the argument you had last week, or the presentation you're nervous about next Friday, it's not because you're weak or distracted. It's because your brain thinks it's helping. But here's the twist. That same brain, wired for protection, can also be trained for peace.
Don't forget to subscribe.
You can teach it how to come back to the moment. You can guide it like a wild horse back to the stable. It's not about shutting off your thoughts. It's about changing your relationship to them. Modern neuroscience shows that mindfulness isn't just a moment of mental stillness. It's a practice that can physically reshape the brain. In a study conducted at Harvard Medical School, participants who engaged in regular mindfulness practice for 8 weeks showed measurable structural changes in the brain. Specifically, the hippocampus, a region linked to learning, memory, and self-awareness, displayed a notable increase in gray matter density. What does this mean for you? It means that these simple, quiet moments of awareness are not just calming your mind, they're rewiring your brain. This is more than emotional regulation. It's neurological reorganization. As your attention returns to the present, your brain adapts. The more you focus, the more your brain learns. The more you relax, the more your brain restructures itself. In a groundbreaking study led by Dr. Fadel Zeiden, a cognitive neuroscientist at the University of California, researchers explored the direct impact of mindfulness on the brain's performance systems. Published in the Journal of Cognitive Enhancement, their findings went far beyond stress relief. They discovered that mindfulness training not only reduced participants' perceived stress, but also resulted in measurable improvements in working memory and cognitive flexibility, two of the brain's core executive functions. Participants, even those new to mindfulness, showed a remarkable ability to sustain attention longer and experienced fewer instances of mind wandering during tasks that required focus. This tells us something essential. Mindfulness isn't just about feeling better. It's about thinking better. It enhances your ability to stay focused under pressure, regulate emotions more effectively, and make clearer, more strategic decisions. Dr. Zeiden's research helps us understand that mindfulness doesn't just soothe the mind, it strengthens it at its core. Let me give you a simple but powerful example to show what it really means to be present or not. Alice decides to go for a walk. Nothing dramatic, just a quiet walk in nature. On this occasion, something is different. She's fully present. She notices the sensation of the ground beneath her feet as she steps, the texture of the soil, the slight give of the earth. She feels the breeze brushing against her arms, the way it lifts the tiny hairs on her skin. She hears birdsong, sharp, crisp, echoing through the trees. She takes in the deep green of the leaves, the wild yellow of the dandelions, the gentle rustle of life all around her. Even the scent of the flowers, sweet, earthy, subtle, makes its way into her awareness. In this moment, Alice isn't remembering anything. She isn't planning anything. She's just walking. And that walking becomes meditation. That is what presence feels like. The richness of now, unfiltered and untouched by time. But then something happens. Alice hears music, faint, rhythmic, coming from a short distance away. She turns her head. A group of teenagers are sitting under a tree, listening to music from a portable speaker. And suddenly, just like that, Alice's mind shifts. She remembers a broken radio at home, and then the thought spiral begins. It's been broken for weeks. I've told my husband so many times. Why hasn't he fixed it yet? He never listens to me. Now Alice isn't just walking anymore. She's arguing in her head. Her heart rate increases. Her jaw tightens. Her brows furrow. She's still moving forward, but she's no longer noticing the path beneath her feet. No longer feeling the breeze. No longer hearing the birds. She's left the present. She's entered the past. She's trapped in a story, one that triggers frustration, resentment, maybe even old emotional wounds. And here's the thing. When the brain shifts from sensory awareness to mental rumination, it reallocates cognitive resources. You stop noticing your surroundings, okay? You stop making small mistakes. You trip over a curb. You bump into a door frame. You walk into a room and forget why you went there in the first place. Sound familiar? It's not memory loss. It's not clumsiness. It's cognitive overload. It's what happens when your mind is busy being everywhere except where you actually are. This is the hidden cost of mental noise. Not just emotional tension, but sensory blindness, physical disconnection, and over time, a deep sense of disorientation, okay? So how's Alice still walking if she's not even paying attention to where she's stepping? The answer lies in something your brain does all the time. Automated behavior. When you repeat a task over and over again, like walking, typing, or driving, it gradually moves from conscious control to unconscious execution. In neuroscience, this process is known as procedural memory. The brain stores it like a subroutine in the background so you don't have to think about it every time. That's why someone who's typed for years can fly across a keyboard without looking. That's why an experienced driver doesn't consciously think, now I must shift into third gear. The action becomes fluid, effortless, automatic. And why does your brain do this? Efficiency. Your brain is constantly managing an enormous number of sensory and cognitive inputs. By automating routine tasks, it frees up cognitive bandwidth for more pressing issues, like thinking about that meeting next week, or replaying last night's argument, or stressing about your finances. At first glance, this seems brilliant, right? You get to multitask. You can wash the dishes and plan your day. You can walk and ruminate at the same time. But there's a trade-off. The more automated your behaviors become, the less aware you are while doing them. And when attention drops, so does precision. That's why you bump into furniture, forget where you put your keys, or enter a room and completely blank on why you're there. Your sensory awareness drops. You stop noticing what you're touching, seeing, hearing. You go into what psychologists call cognitive autopilot, a state of functional behavior with minimal conscious engagement. You're living, but not really experiencing. And here's where it gets even more important. For most of us, life is one long string of routines. You wake up at the same time, brush your teeth the same way, eat the same breakfast, take the same route to work, do the same tasks at the same desk, then go home and follow a similar script until bedtime. The brain, being the efficiency machine it is, takes all of this repetition and turns it into automation. In the long run, this automation comes with a hidden cost, reduced awareness, reduced emotional connection, reduced presence. You're not consciously choosing your day anymore. You're just replaying it, habit after habit, loop after loop. It's like sleepwalking with your eyes open. And the first step toward change, realizing this is happening, to look at your day and say, wait a second, am I living intentionally or am I just running a program? If you're someone who struggles with staying focused, calming your thoughts, or managing stress, there's one technique you should know about. It's not a new trend. It's not a gimmick. It's called mindfulness, and it works. I've practiced it myself, and it made a meaningful difference in my own life. That's why I'm not just recommending it. I'm urging you to try it. So what exactly is mindfulness? At its core, it's the ability to gently redirect your attention again and again back to the present moment. It's about training your awareness like a muscle. It's about noticing without judgment. And it's about learning to relate to your inner world with clarity and compassion. Mindfulness teaches us this. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whether you're walking, eating, working, or sitting in silence, simply observe what's happening inside you. Observe your body, notice the sensations, feel the emotions, acknowledge the thoughts, and do it all as if you're a witness, not the story itself. Just notice and allow. This is key. Allow, not analyze, not judge, not react.
Don't forget to subscribe.
If a memory surfaces something painful or irritating, you don't fight it. You don't spiral into guilt or frustration. You just say, a thought about the past is here. You're not labeling it as bad. You're not making it mean something about your identity. You're simply observing, like a scientist observing data, or a traveler passing through a town without needing to stop. Why does this matter? Because our tendency, when negative emotions arise, is to resist them, to ask, why do I feel this way again? To blame ourselves, to start digging for meaning, spiraling into mental loops. Will I always feel like this? Why can't I just be happy? Maybe I'm broken, but mindfulness invites you to do something radically different. Just name it and let it be. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling sad. I'm experiencing tightness in my chest. Label it and stop there. New analyses, new resistance, just enough awareness to create space between you and the emotion. Because here's the truth. You are not your emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. You are the host, not the guest. Emotions come and go. They are visitors. They enter, they stay for a while, and then they leave. Your job isn't to force them out or cling to them. Your job is to greet them, acknowledge them, and let them pass. welcome, goodbye. Like a kind host welcoming visitors at the door without attaching your identity to their presence. And that's the power of mindfulness. It's not about escaping emotions. It's about changing your relationship with them. In the long run, this changes everything. Because once you develop this skill, you start noticing when your mind drifts away from the moment. And the more quickly you notice it, the more easily you return. Your brain becomes more flexible, your nervous system more balanced, and your relationship with yourself more grounded and forgiving. It's like cleaning out mental clutter. When you pause to observe, it's as if you've hit a reset button. The background noise quiets down. You feel lighter, more focused, more spacious inside. Now, here's the thing. Mindfulness can't be understood through explanation alone. It has to be practiced. Like learning to ride a bike or swim, you need to experience it to truly get it. That's why at the end of this video, I'll guide you through a short mindfulness exercise. It'll take just a few minutes, but it could shift the way you relate to your thoughts and your life. And yes, mindfulness can be practiced anywhere. Brushing your teeth, washing the dishes, sitting on a train. It's not about creating a perfect environment. It's about bringing your attention to this moment, whatever it contains. Some people ask, but what if I am feeling bad in the moment? Won't focusing on that make it worse? And the answer is no. What makes it worse is avoiding the emotion. What heals it is facing it with gentleness. Because healing begins the moment you stop running and start noticing. Mindfulness is the act of saying, yes, I see you, you're here, and you're allowed to be here. It doesn't mean you like it. It just means you're not afraid to witness it. And that single shift, that quiet noticing, can become the foundation for emotional resilience. A skill that will serve you through anxiety, sadness, stress, and uncertainty. So when the feelings come, remember, you are not the storm. You are the sky. The storm will pass. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to find a chair, not a couch, not your bed, a simple, upright chair. And once you've found it, don't sink into it like you're about to take a nap. Instead, sit toward the edge, just enough to feel your body holding itself up. Place your feet flat on the floor, hips width apart. Avoid crossing your legs. Let your knees gently angle outward. Keep your spine tall, but not stiff, and avoid leaning against the back of the chair. Let your hands rest comfortably on your thighs or knees. This is your posture for the next few minutes. Stable, alert, relaxed. Now, when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Let's begin. As we move through this short mindfulness practice, I want to remind you of something important. Your attention will wander, and that's okay. In fact, it's expected. Thoughts may pop in like, what's for dinner? Did I reply to that message? This feels weird. Is this even doing anything? All of that is normal. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it exactly right. Because the goal here isn't to never get distracted. It's to notice when you do and gently bring your focus back. That moment of noticing, that's the practice. That's the rep. Just like lifting a weight at the gym, every time your attention drifts and you return, your brain gets stronger. So when a thought takes you away, don't judge it. Just acknowledge it. Label it, thinking, and then, without frustration or force, guide yourself back to the present moment. That's it. No shame, no criticism, just awareness and return. If you'd like, you can play soft instrumental music in the background, something without lyrics, just enough to create a calm atmosphere. Now, take a deep breath in, and let's begin together. Close your eyes, and simply begin to breathe. Not deeper, not slower, just naturally at your own rhythm. Allow the breaths to move in and out like a tide. As you breathe, shift your attention to the sensations in your body. Feel the air as it enters through your nose. Notice the way your chest or belly rises ever so gently. Then feel the exhale, the release through your nostrils. Every breath is an anchor. There's nothing to fix, nothing to control. Let the breath be what it is and simply observe. If your mind begins to wander, maybe to a sound, a memory, or a task waiting for you later, that's okay. You don't need to push those thoughts away. Just notice, I'm thinking, and gently, kindly bring your focus back to your breath. Remember, the moment you realize your attention has wandered, you are already back in the present. That moment of awareness is presence. Keep breathing softly, effortlessly. Now, bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Feel the contact between your feet and the floor. Notice any pressure, temperature, texture. You might feel warmth, tingling, maybe nothing at all. That's okay too. Whatever you feel or don't feel, just acknowledge it. Now shift your attention to your toes. Start with your big toes, then the smaller ones. Can you feel each one individually? Is there a sensation, a pulsing, a twitch, or maybe silence? Observe it all without judgment. Now move your awareness up into your legs. Notice where your legs touch your clothing or the chair beneath you. Feel your hands resting on your thighs. Notice the weight, the texture, the heat of your own body against itself. If your mind drifts, gently return. That's the practice. That's the strength. Bring your focus now to your hips. Feel the weight of your body being supported by the chair. With every exhale, allow yourself to sink a little deeper, just a little more grounded, a little more held. Now shift to your shoulders. Are they tight? Are they relaxed? Just notice. You're not here to change anything. You're here to become aware. Now your back. Sense the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Can you feel the spine rising from the base of your pelvis to the base of your skull? Explore any sensations, tension, openness, even discomfort. Notice where your clothing brushes against your skin. Now gently bring your attention to your jaw. Is it clenched or soft? Are your teeth touching or slightly apart? Move your awareness now to the space around you. The sounds, the faint hum of the room, maybe traffic in the distance, birds outside, the sound of your own breath. Let all of it in without grasping or pushing away. Let your attention float freely for a moment. If a thought arises, just name it and return. If an emotion visits you, welcome it and let it pass. Now come back to your breath. Feel the inhale. Feel the exhale. Stay with this for just a few more breaths. And when you feel ready, slowly begin to open your eyes. Let the light back in. Let the world return to you gently. Take a moment to notice, how do you feel? This simple practice, done daily, even for just a few minutes, can reshape your relationship with stress, emotion, and attention. You've just given your nervous system a gift, a moment of stillness, a reminder that no matter how busy life gets, there is always a space within you that is calm, steady, and whole. Thank you for listening, beautiful soul. The comment section is your space. Sometimes one sentence can shift someone's entire day. Share your thoughts with us. And if this conversation spoke to you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so we can meet again in the next one.